Keep it simple! Most you fucks are in a place you don't want to be, going to a place you don't want to go, stuck in the mud, too big of an ego, stuck in your own way. I don't mind stepping right over your fucking ass to grab the prize. I've been doing it my whole life. By the time you're done taking a shit in the morning, I've already ran circles around your fucking ass. That's the reality. But the most common question people ask me, the most common question, how did you open up your sex club? How did you open up your sex club? Without any help, without any connections. Here it is. I kept it simple. I got a job at a sex club. But first I had to come off dope. I came off dope. The people who were doing dope at that time are either dead or still on it. I got off of it. When I got off of it, I created a personal development program, which I've been following every single day up until this day. I had a vision, I had a goal. That's the type of business I wanted to open. So I got a job at that exact type of business. I didn't want a management position. I didn't want a bartender position. I wanted the worst position that job had to offer, because I knew one day I'm gonna hire that same motherfucker to do that, and I wanna know if he has a valid point or if he's bitching. If he's bitching, get the fuck out of here. If he has a valid point, I'll understand it. I wanted to know every position. The shoe shine position, picking up shit position, the security, barback, bartender, what's the DJ do, secure everything. I not only wanted to know the positions, I wanted to know what this room smelled like, what the front smelled like, what detergent they used in the laundry, what's the ceiling made out of, popcorn or drywall, what type of carpet do they use, everything. But that was the easy part. I didn't give a fuck about the money. It was about the knowledge, it was about the experience. After 10 years of learning it all, knowing it all, it was time for me to go open up my own business. But I kept it simple. I knew I was gonna fail. I knew I didn't know shit, but imperfect action is what's gonna make me succeed, and that's what I did. I went out and I learned. This spot's no good, this city's no good. Learning, failing. 5 years of failing. By the time the 5 years was over, I knew the code better than the coding department. I knew the zone better than the zoning department. I knew which lawyer was full of shit. I knew which lawyer knew his shit. I knew everything. I knew how to pull the public records. I knew how to open up any business, go anywhere, do anything, how the city maneuvers, how they operate. I knew it. After 5 years, I found a space. The city approved it, checked it off. A year to get it open. That's a fast summary of how I got everything open. But I kept it simple. The whole time, one vision, one goal in mind. If I wanted to go to the moon, I would have already been there, done that. If tomorrow I decide to go to the moon, you bet your ass I'm going to be able to get to the moon before you're done taking a shit in the morning. I do things when you're standing still. I'm moving. Imperfect action and keeping it simple and following my personal development program. That's how I did it. That's how I did it. Whatever your conscience is screaming at you the most, change that. Every day my conscience tells me not to react like a straight asshole to people. It's hard. I deal with a lot of people, but that's no excuse. Make sure you don't skip too many levels ahead. If your conscience is saying diet and health, you start there. If it's vices, start there. Whatever your conscience is yelling at you the most, start there. And don't listen to those friends that say, let's go grab a beer, let's go out. Turns into a fuck fest. You wake up in the morning doubting yourself, doubting your life. You know how it goes. Waking up, hating yourself, hating your life. But that's the position you have created. Those aren't your friends. Step up. Be a friend to them. People ask me, what got me into my daily habits? It was the fact that I was sick of dealing with myself. Stress gets you off the couch and keeps you moving. You need the right amount of stress. But stress in this moment, not in the past, not in the future, in this moment. Getting up and doing it without letting the moment sit too long. If you let it sit too long habitually, then you just become a stressed out person who doesn't act. Now you fall under the laws of diminishing intent. Hold on. Now universal laws are working against you instead of for you. You measure yourself as an individual by how people leave your presence. Do they leave feeling empowered? Do people who spend years around you get better? Do you drag them down? Do you add value? Do you add substance? This is how you measure yourself in this life. But keep it simple. Bitches do what they feel like doing. Men do what they got to do. And what you got to do is be the best you. for your wife, for your child, for your family, for your people. What type of a bitch was I to get high, get messed up, and then cry coming off? What type of a bitch was I to do that? To be in control and not have to go through that? The beauty of mastery. To become autonomous, to walk in line with the future you wish to create. You move forward so fast when you quit worrying about what you feel like doing, what someone said about you, and you just walk in line directly with the future you wish, with the best you. If we were to abolish regret within ourselves, extinguish regretful acts within ourselves, this would be the cure to everything. The non-believers are going to say, not everyone is going to do it, but that doesn't stop you from doing it. It's not what's happening around you, it's what's happening within you. If a man is right, his world will be right. Never make the mistakes of doing too many things at once. Whatever your conscience is screaming at you right now, and has been for the longest time, is your first step. That's your first step. The other steps will uncover themselves to you as you adhere to this first step. This is the first step you must address. Your conscience never lies. It's known as the voice of God. Your conscience is the speaking of the soul with itself. You know, I know, let's